Uh, Human beings are made in the image of God. What does it mean? It kind of varies, you know. We all have a little idea about that. The substantive understanding of what we are, we're made in God's image, in that we possess a substance such as a spirit, where I've got to go back and do some editing. This should be where capacity, reason. Capacity is your ability to reason, is distinct from the rest of created order. So apparently we have something that's a little bit different than the rest of created order. We're God's crown of creation. We're made in His image, which means we have something that my dog isn't made in His image. I love my dog, but it's not made in His image. You know, dog is God spelled backwards, but that doesn't mean my dog is made in His image. You guys, come on. It varies. In other words, functional understanding is the image of God focuses on what we do. Humans are made in God's image because we relate to the rest of created order in a way that represents or reflects God. Have dominion over creation as a steward, and as a steward are representative of God. So, that's what I'm doing with my community development project. Oh gosh, I just blanked out on the name of my business again. I do this all the time. I think I'm so nervous about it. But I'm growing. I'm trying to grow a garden, food, in the way that creation has brought, in a creation manner, in a way that, from my own Christian understanding and what I've understood from other people, that provides food, the most healthy food you can have, without chemicals on top of it, using the natural way of growing chickens and food and vegetables, and I'm also sharing that sociologically in the community, creating community by sharing that food with my community. And I'm going to expand that this summer and share it on a larger scale by charging them a reasonable amount at a farmer's market, so more people can share it than just the people that live, our neighbors that live around us. So I'm trying to be a co-creator with God. I'm trying to do it in a Christian manner. So that's a functional understanding. I'm trying to have a functional, I'm functioning. I'm trying to function in a way that's in a Christian way, in the image of God. And then the relational understanding, the unique relationship to God. To be in the image of God is to be related to God in the way that other creatures are not. And so related to other creatures differently from the way in which they are related to one another. So I'm related differently to Tebow, my dog, and Trooper, my daughter's dog, than Tebow and Trooper are related. I have a better understanding of Tebow and Trooper than Tebow and Trooper will ever have of themselves, much less their relationship to each other. And so I have a relationship to God that's, even though I believe Tebow will be in heaven along with Patch and Bailey, they're not going to heaven because they are made in the image of God. They're going because God, I don't think Jesus would deny me having my dogs in heaven. Now my daughter would say, my missionary girl, she would say it won't matter. And I said, yeah, I think our relationships here are going to matter in heaven. I'm sorry. I think it's true, probably we won't be married, but I still think I'll have a relationship with other people, even though I'll be so overwhelmed by the presence of God. But I think God's presence isn't going to overwhelm our other relationships. That's just me. Okay, so that's my integrative approach. I integrate it my way, and my daughter integrates it her way. It bothers her. She could tell she treated me, she was mean to me. I don't know why she was being mean to me. I could be wrong. But I don't think God condemns me for that. And the Bible doesn't say that your dog isn't going to be with you. Animals aren't going to be included. I'm sorry. Created order is going to be included. I don't know about that. I think it might be we'll be here in an unbroken world that he will create the garden. This will be the Garden of Eden. In other words, when he restores the earth as it, there's a theology about that. Number two, Scripture is not clear in our understanding of basic elements of human nature, what we are made of. So you have three basic options: monoism, dichotism, and trichotism. Monoism, we're made of one substance. Some say physical, some say spirit. So some say we're a physical body, and that's pretty much it, infused with the Spirit, and we're all one thing. Some say we're spirit. We're just a spirit inhabiting a physical shell. And that makes us, we're different because we're made in the image of God, but the God is more about spirit than physicality. I don't think you can leave physicality out because it says we're going to have new bodies in heaven. Right? So, are we just physical? Are we just spirit, or are we both? So, but you can believe either way. It's not clear in the Bible. Now, some people say, yes, it is. Like my daughter, the missionary girl, she would say, yes, it is. Well, okay, but I don't think it is. And then some say, dichotism, we are two and one. Our bodies and some type of non-physical soul spirit, so that I have a body and a soul. Trichotomists say spirit, soul, and body. And I don't even know what that all means. I think Paul talks about that. And I don't think it's clear, even that, when it's explained. So the teaching of the image of God is foundational to Christianity, and no matter how hard it is to define exactly what it is. It is for this basic reason that while I believe that every Christian psychologist should strive to have their work reflect the distinctives of Christian views of the person, I am neither and have been kind of Christian psychology nor biblical counseling. However hard it is, I didn't get the quote right. I'm going to have to go back and fix that. Okay, I'm going to stop there today. Because I'm going to fix that quote and come back to you next time. So we're on which slide? Number 9 out of 12. That's good. And I'll get back to this. You want to hit that button for me, Ramses? Thank you, sir.